Hey, hello, how are you? I have some reflections about life. Like this page and share it. And what inspired this? What inspired this is my great grandson. He passed yesterday, surrounded by love and family members. He was a fighter. The doctor said that he wouldn't make it a week, but Matthew, which the name means a gift from God, saying, "You don't know me like that." And so yesterday would have been 1 month. He's a fighter. And I was thinking about just life in general and my life in particular, and his life. That in terms of our eyes, we're taught to judge according to appearances, as opposed to judge not according to appearances. It might appear that his life is short, but he made some impact to those of us who love him and still do. And I think that life, it serves us notice that there's a song that Celeste Johnson, a business partner, she sings, live each day. To live each day. Some people have a day, have a week, have 20 years, 40 years. My case, I'm in my 77th year on the planet. And what it has done for me, I get to, with the time that I have left, to honor him with the life that I have left, to live full and to live this life empty, to live the rest of my life 100% for God, to be of service. I know he would want me to continue to change lives. And that's what I've been reflecting on. Sometimes we unconsciously, we sideline ourselves. We put ourselves on the bench because of age. And Matthew's life, he made an impact on me because it stirred something up in me that God said to me, "You're still here. I didn't call you out of the game. I didn't put you on the bench. There's more in you. You still have something else to give, something else in you that you have not expressed. That's why you're still here, because of my grace and mercy. Not to be on the couch, not in front of the television set. There's some lives that you're supposed to touch. Some people you're supposed to inspire. Some people that you're supposed to train. I'm not playing with you. Got to get back out there." And it's I always, when something happens, I ask, God, what am I supposed to do with this? And what I'm supposed to do is say thank you for the time that we spent with Matthew and opening my eyes to take it to another level. And what I want to say to you, I don't know you, but as the saying goes, live each day and as if it were your last. Things are happening that we never anticipate in this day and age. It's like a repeat. When the forces of evil say, take our country back, they're talking about not taking it back politically, but turning back the hands of time. And people of conscious, of morals, people who have awareness, well, take a stand for generations that are being born today and generations yet unborn. Tanya Brown, who is Cedric Brown's wife, no relation, but she said this is a time for us to be visible, to be vocal, and to be vigilant, to be involved. And this thing called life, boy, you know remember that song by Dimples? If it ain't one thing, it's another. And so the three things that I like to reflect on, that dropped in my spirit, as Dwight Pleasure would say. One, do what matters. Do those things that matter. Avoid unnecessary drama. Life will bring you enough drama by itself. All you have to do is just keep living. All you have to do is just keep waking up. And you're going to get a knock on the door. And life will say, it's your time now. It's your time now. You can say, who, me? Yeah, why me? I don't know, but it's your time now. And somebody said that life is like an onion. You have to peel it one layer at a time. And sometimes you cry. And I know that to be true. I know that to be true. Just connected with my birth family. Some of them were glad, but some weren't to know me because I was a secret. My brother and I, we were a secret. And it's painful to be rejected. If you choose to embrace it as being painful, or say to yourself, it is what it is. Whatever. And keep it moving. Don't buy into it. So that's one thing. You have to keep it moving and do your best with what you have. Next thing is, as I reflect on this my 77th year on the planet, not only doing what matters, but live you. Live the life that you. My oldest son said something that I had not thought about. He said, Dad, we've been living a blessed life. And when I think about how I got here, through effort, through time, and through doing something that's me, I encourage you to do that. Put effort and time in something that's you. Work harder on yourself than on a job. Put the energy on you. Life has no duplicate, and it has no guarantees. Live it on your terms. I wanted to see the world before I left the world. I've been probably to over 50 to 75 countries. And I believe, like Helen Keller, she said, life is either a daring adventure or it's boring. I truly have not lived a boring life. I got my entrepreneurial mindset, my community activist mindset, my seeing myself as an ambassador of hope from my mother, Dorothy Bell Rucker, and Beulah Rucker. And I got having a good time from this dude named Doc Oliver Randolph. That was my father. So that's the only story I heard about him. Okay. I got the best of them and the worst of him. They say he's a clean-cut dude. I mean, he dressed meticulously, and he was a handsome dude, and he was a ladies' man. That's the only stories I heard about him. I have heard a now other story, as Baba would say. but my birth mother, Dorothy Bell, oh my God. She was a teacher. She was a singer. She taught Sunday school, Bible classes. She was a motivational speaker. She inspired and motivated people. She's a bad lady. She was something else, all right? And so I got the best of her and the worst of him. so I'm glad to still be here to serve God and to live a life that's my truth, the real me, not the one that I bought into based upon my environment and my circumstances and things I picked up in the streets. The real me, and living a life of contribution. Made a lot of mistakes. Had a lot of failures, a lot of disappointments. But I'm like the lady who said, Lord, I ain't what I want to be, ain't what I'm going to be. And thank God, I sure ain't what I was. And I'm scooting my way to success. My son, John Leslie, he's come up with this new concept. Scoot your way to success. And so, the other thing is, not only must you do what matters, avoid creating unnecessary drama, do what's you, do you, find something that resonates with your heart, and master it. Master it. But the other thing that's important too, and please listen to me closely, be on a talent hunt. A talent hunt, looking for people who have skills, who have talents, who have abilities that you don't have, who are strong where you are weak. That's important. This is no time to try and do this thing called life by yourself. No time. You want to organize a community of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. Become involved with a community of people that's going in your direction. That's why we started Hungry to Speak. And I've got a new group I've started, and if you're interested in, it's called Les at Les Brown. No, Les at. Let me write it. I just started this, and I came up with this concept because I want to work with a small group of people, and then I can coach up close and personal, like my mother did. I've been talking to people, did some interviews with people from Gainesville, Georgia, who she coached and mentored. And one of them, she's an evangelist and happened to be a grand cousin on my father's side. And so I'm going to do that. I said, you know what? I want to do that. She was among a small group of kids that she worked with. And she's been telling me stories about my mother that I found fascinating. And she said, there's no way anybody who saw you and been around you can deny that you are Dorothy Bell's son. If you're interested in being coached by me, just reach out to me, Les at coachmelesbrown.com. coachmelesbrown.com. I talked to a grandniece day before yesterday, and I said, do you think that my birth mother, Dorothy Bell, did she ever see me on public television or when I had my talk show? She said, She said, I remember when I was 12 years old, and when they introduced you on television, my Aunt Carrie, which was my mother's sister, asked, Dorothy, how do you feel when you see your boy on television? How do you feel when you're looking at your son? We've seen him several times now. And I asked, what did she say? And she said she just held her hand up just for Carrie to be quiet until the end of your presentation. And she said, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. I said, wow. What are the chances that you were there on that day and you and I having this conversation? Look at God. So I know she saw me. I know. conscious aware of who I became. I don't believe it, I know it, because now I have people that can verify that. When you're adopted, it's like a missing piece to the puzzle, you know? Dorothy Bell, she gave me life, but Mamie Brown taught me how to live life. But there are things that's in me. When I look in the mirror, because of the pictures that I've seen of my birth mother, I can't see but anything but her face. Say, oh my God, there she is. And I've always wanted it to. I said, God, let me see a picture. Let me hear a voice. And I have a recording of her doing a poem. And I have a picture of her. And I look at that picture and I look at me. I said, it'd be criminal for her to say, that's not mine. I look like she made me all by herself. So I got my song, y'all heard it. I got two mothers and I'm not ashamed. I've got two mothers and I love them just the same. This thing called life. So I was just reflecting. Find something that's you and give it all you have. Live life on your terms. Make yourself stand out. And do what matters. Don't get caught up in the trivial things of life, the busyness of life. Sometimes we can get so busy we think we're being productive, and all we're doing is wasting time. Time is a currency. And do some deep thinking and reflection of who you should be in and out of the pandemic. What does the next greatest version of yourself look like? That's what I'm reflecting on. That's what I'm thinking about. Pouring all that life into the life that my great-grandson Matthew did not get to live. I'm sure he's sitting on the other side with Malik. Go get him, Papa. That's what my grands call me, Papa. I don't know you, but I know this to be true. You're here for a purpose. You were chosen at this point in time to do the greater work, to create a better world for our children and for our children's children, to plant seeds for trees that we will not sit under and gather shade. Because we're here because somebody made a sacrifice. People went to jail, they lost their lives, stripped of everything. So You're not here by any accident, and if you're still breathing, not taking a dirt nap, if you can hear me, God has something else for you to do. I don't know how. Don't worry. Just make yourself available and say, here I am, Lord. Just say yes, as Shekinah Gloria would say. And just pour yourself into the mindset of, Lord, rescue me from myself. Deliver me from myself so that I can live for you. Liberate me. Point me in the direction of my exodus, as Donald Lawrence would say. You have something special. Those are my thoughts, my reflections. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm waiting for Tyrone to come. He's in the trees behind me. He's got a girlfriend named Trina. She told him, you got to put a ring on it. If you haven't heard, Tyrone is my squirrel friend. I'm bilingual now. I taught him English, and he taught me squirrely. For instance, what I just said, I've enjoyed speaking to you so much. It's been a plum-pleasing pleasure, as well as a privilege. My children said, if we hear you talking to Tyrone again, we're going to put you to old folks' home. So I don't talk about Tyrone in the house. I come outside on the back porch. They can't hear me. And he comes up. I got some walnuts and some almonds and cashews for him. He loves that. Yes, he does. Yes, I'll hook a brother up, you know. Oh, my goodness. Pretty soon they might try and put Tyrone in jail and we'll be singing, Free Tyrone. Remember they used to say, Free Willie? That's about putting me in a nursing home and put Tyrone in jail for talking to an old man. They're out here cutting the grass. I just hope they don't mess with Tyrone and his little friends. Okay, thank you. Bye for now. You have something special. You have greatness in you. I'm giving you her virtual hug.